Hi guys! Do you think I could stay away from streaming? You would think so, right? You would think I would. No, I couldn't. I'm taking you with me on my coffee break to Carmela Coffee Bar. Look at that. Whoa. Look at this, guys. Isn't it amazing? So I just had a student, and of course I need coffee right after. And it's about 10:30 a.m. in Florida, so you know, good time. And then I saw this. Isn't it nice? All right, let's go see. Hi guys. All right guys, look at this. Wow, so cute. Look. Okay, this is cheese sticks. I don't know if I'm gonna try those because I have to stay skinny. But for you guys, just to watch Nutella croissant. So anyways, there is no sin in watching. I'm not gonna try all of those, but let's just see what they have. Banana coconut bread, croissants, very, very nice. And the best part, guys, that we can just escape outside like this. And just find a nice quiet corner. They have fans, so even though it's amazingly hot in Florida, I still feel like a person with those fans. Whoa, that art is amazing. So guys, I'm passionate about it, and I want you to be passionate with me. Coffee is the best thing in life, and what is life if not those little joys that makes it so unique, right? So for me, I was thinking, what are my little joys that makes my day? And I realized it's as simple as just coffee cup. Okay, coffee here is very strong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So more cream to the rescue. Welcome to musician's lifestyle. Constant coffee shops. Besides music, which is a given, I decided I'm gonna be doing Coffeesations with Yasa. Me getting coffee, you hanging out with me. Perfect. So today I wanted to talk to you about writing and about something that really helped me through difficult times. I'm a musician. I'm a classical violinist, and about 4 years ago I had an injury. I fell on my hands like this and I injured my right hand. So what followed naturally was a long period of recovery. I had to do a lot of physical therapy and stay away from playing for a while. And when I got back to it, I started having constant problems. I started getting tendinitis, so you know, the more I play, the more I injure it, so I had to stop again, and then I repeat this process all over again, and then I have a concert, so I have to play and maybe not fully recovered. So it was a circle, continuous circle of re-injuring and having to stay away from the violin. I had to really look into other ways of making my art come through because I have this art sitting inside of me that needs to come through, and it just finds different ways. And I was very depressed at that time, and my dad constantly kept telling me that thank you. He just kept saying, write it down, just write it down. And I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? I'm not a writer. As every brilliant idea, it takes time to sink in, right? So for example, this Twitch idea, my friend talked to me about it for a year before I started doing it. He was insisting, look at cutie, guys. He was insisting that I will be good at it and I will like it. And why don't I just try it, playing violin on Twitch? And I'm like, I'm a classical violinist. What is Twitch? And look at me, I'm a Twitch addict now. I heard yesterday a phrase, I bleed purple. I loved it. But I can relate. I'm addicted. I've been doing it for a month, guys. For 1 month. And so far, just addicted. It's a high for me. Anyways, circling back. Every good idea needs time to sink in. And of course, we're resilient and resentful to everything new. So my first reaction was, okay, all right, thank you for your advice. And then in my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then he kept saying that because I kept complaining. Nothing was getting better. I had no work. I started teaching, of course, but I didn't do anything creative, and I couldn't stand it. I was very miserable. I needed to do something. So at the very low moment of my life, I decided, okay, why not try it, right? Just give it a go. After maybe 20 conversations about it with my dad, he finally convinced me to try it. And guys, guess what? I think it was one of the best decisions of my life. I already published 2 books. So one was a book of poetry. My mom actually published it for me. It's in Russian. It's in a cancelled language. And as you know, poetry is hard to translate. So this one will be for posterity, I guess. But my second book I published myself, and it's really a compilation of my own experience moving from a certain country to United States, and also a musician experiencing a world of difference here, and falling in love, experiencing the injury. I don't know if I should tell you everything what's going on in the book, but there are some love adventures and tribulations. It's a fiction, but of course it really helped that I was basing the premise on my own experience, something that is really close to me. So for example, my heroine, she is a violinist, wouldn't you know it, right? And once this book was done, I felt elated. I felt so happy, and I had the feeling that I accomplished something. Then I self-published it, guys. So by the way, please know that writing is not easy. Editing is absolutely a joy killer. It's the worst thing in the world, editing. And then publishing is easy. You just find a self-publisher. I wouldn't recommend you to go to any known publisher if you're a beginner writer. Just do a courageous thing, write a book, then probably hire an editor, because editing yourself, believe me, it's gonna drag for years. That's what I'm doing with my 3rd book. I'm trying to edit it myself, and it's been 2 years, I think. I wrote it during the beginning of pandemic, so I still didn't publish my 3rd one, and I'm so excited. That's why I'm talking to you about it, because it's almost there. It's 3 more chapters. Anyway, so my 2nd one, I published it myself. Find a self-publisher online. And guys, I believe I did it in Russian. I'm gonna translate it, I promise. Soon. But it was free. It's free to publish it online. If you don't actually print the actual copy, it's free. And then you can sell it on Amazon. And I'm sure you have the agreement there that they take a cut, right? And everything. But I'm actually selling my book on Amazon. It's in Russian, so don't rush yet to buy it. Let me translate it first. But it's free. So can you imagine? All you need is to write a book, start with your own experience, just write things down and see how it shapes out. then hire an editor or someone to check it for you, because you're not going to be able to finish it in time yourself. It's horrendous, believe me, guys. I absolutely hate editing process. I don't like anything I wrote and then I start changing it, and then I just sank into this swamp of editing, and I never finished that sentence. An hour later, I'm still editing one sentence. So hire someone, a corrector or an editor. Editor will really work with you on the whole book and the whole idea. So if you really need it, go for it. If you're sure in your concept and you're sure in your book, just have a corrector check it. Just someone to correct all the mistakes. And then self-publish it online. Let's research on all the publishers here in America, because, well, since I'm going to be translating, I will make a video how I'll publish the translation, but I'm pretty sure it's absolutely free. So you'll need to create a cover, you'll need to find an original artwork, copyrights free, of course. You can have an artist do sketches for you, like I did for my new book that is coming soon, as long as I finish editing my last 4 chapters. And then you download, the image or maybe a couple of illustrations if you want to. Then you kind of look how it looks, how it pans out on the page and everything, and then you just click publish, and that's that easy. And guys, of course you're not doing it for money. If you're in it for money, don't even start. You're doing it if you are depressed. You're doing it if you have something to say. You're doing it if you looking for an outlet for your artistry, and you really feel like you have something to say. There is a story you've been living with for the past 10 years. So now jumping to my new book that is coming soon. I don't know when yet. So now jumping to pandemic. Again, very traumatic experience, right? We all experienced it. Write a book about how you experienced it. But I mean, for me, it was really an earth-shattering experience, because I was saying before, I never stayed a whole day home, ever. Like, I couldn't. My personality doesn't allow me to do that. I just get depressed. I need to get out of the house, at least to a coffee store. That's why I'm such a coffee addict. Now, I'm a musician also, so imagine my work is just cancelled for the whole year or however long. We didn't know back then, right? So absolute devastation, absolute state of, shock. And again, what did I do? What did I look forward to? What did I turn to in a difficult time? Writing. So how the 3rd book came out. Okay, that's a story that's been with me for the past 15 years. I swear to you, I dreamt it. I saw it in my dreams. It's a love story. Okay, so it just started with this mysterious guy I've been seeing in my dreams, Wanderer. His name is Wanderer. And of course, a protagonist of myself. There is a girl there, a Wonder Woman. Basically, she fights. No, she starts as a novice in this whole environment. She's a novice. She's learning how to do things, but of course she's an incredible soul, right? And she has an incredible hidden talent, and she blossoms and she becomes incredible healer. So this is all. My dreams were kind of elusive. Are they magicians? Is it magic there? Are they wizards? Is it just a world where they had to fight, the bad guys, and she's just a good fighter? It's like all elusive, but book came out to the future. It's a fantasy. It's a future world after nuclear destruction, and there are only certain survivors, and there is magic in the world, and I believe that there is magic in the world. How can you deny it, right? It's just so much more fun if there is magic in the world. And so there are those certain magicians, and there are people who don't know how to do magic, and they're scared of it. So they started this training camp for people who wants to learn magic through very advanced magicians, but they're rare. They're rare, so we don't know how this experiment gonna pan out. And of course, on one side there is this girl who's coming from north to this certain north to this certain south, and then there is this gorgeous teacher, wanderer, who doesn't want to teach them, those novices. So anyway, you can see how it's all comes together as a wonderful premise for a love story, right? And it all started just with this guy, Wanderer. And then I just started writing it. And guys, oh my freaking gosh, it just comes out of you. It just comes out on the paper. And all I needed to do, I didn't write like that. What am I doing? What is this? I was typing, of course. Oh my gosh. So you just type. And guys, I couldn't stop typing. It's crazy. And of course, it's not a good writing, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to describe a fight scene. I didn't know how to describe a love scene. How do you describe it, really? Like, you can see it as a movie. We're all visual. We are brought up on the television and in, computers. We are visual people. We see everything in clips. So I see him coming up to her and they looking at each other or something. Now you have to describe it. He is coming up to her and looking into her eyes. You know what I mean? Like, now you have to describe it. It's hard, but the story was there and the inspiration was there, and it just kept coming. The scenes that I never imagined in my dreams just kept coming. So I was obsessed for like 3-4 months. I was writing day and night. I know I was talking about it before. I bought a simple from Walmart, very simple desk. I think, I don't know, $30-$40, so I can at least sit and write normally with a normal position, because my hand started to hurt again. And then once I was done, that's it, I was done. And I was, texting to, I was dating at that time. So I was texting with guys, and one of them texted to me, you need to take a break. You need to step away from it and, and just give it a bit of space. And damn, why did I listen to this advice? Because I did step away for 2 years now. I still cannot step back to it. Guys, when this inspiration hits you, don't step away. Keep writing. Keep going with it, you know what I mean? But now I'm back. I'm editing. I don't like anything. I had someone correct mistakes. I had this process level of at least correcting mistakes. But if you hire a real editor, he's going to work with you on everything, on concept, on how the continuous of it blossoms, grows, comes together. And this is a huge work, and it's, of course, also an investment. I think I'm sure in my content as it is, I just don't. Of course, my writing is not a writing of Dostoevsky or Hemingway. There won't be elaborate phrasings. But the story is there, and I'm very passionate about the story, and I can't wait for it to be made into movie. So if you want to know, it's a bit cheesy if, for boys probably. It's more of a girl thing. So I see it as mix between Twilights and Harry Potter. So I love those two. I love the love story from Twilight, and I love Harry Potter because it's just amazing book. Full of wisdom, full of humor, full of magic, and I grew up on it. So, it's my teachers, my friends when I was growing up. Harry and Hermione and Ron. I'm not such a fan of movies. I'm really a fan of books. I'm more of a bookworm. But guys, I really believe that my book can be turned into a movie, and it will be wonderful because, again, of this vision that I have, that is more of a clip making vision, more of a script, if you will. But it will be easy to turn this book into script. But regardless, regardless all of that, I think writing is good enough, good enough for the story to come through. And I'm 4 chapters away from editing it and clicking publishing. Again, it's free to self-publish your book. It's free. So I'm gonna publish it, and now will be a all new process of actually translating it. That's gonna cost me a pretty penny, but I believe it's worth it. So guys, music gives you an opportunity to do a freelance work, and because of that freelance lifestyle that I have, I was able to, and because of pandemic, of course, I can't thank you enough, pandemic, it's horrible, but it's true for me, gave me the time and the luxury to fulfill that story that I've been just dreaming for 10 years. It just came to me. 10 years is nothing, maybe 15, 20 years. And first of all, I wanted to tell you about this, guys, to share with you my excitement about coming book, but also to inspire you to write, because everyone has a story, right? Think about your family, where your family came from. Think about the stories your grandparents experienced, maybe during the war, maybe in different countries, in different times. Everyone has incredible stories to tell, right? All you need is patience and time. And of course, you need to do it. You need to want to do it. So for me, it was depression that made me do it. I don't know what would be the inspiration for you, because 9 to 5 job's gonna take all your time, and then in the evening you're tired. It's impossible to do it in this. But probably, if you really want to, you can come home and write, but I don't see it for myself. I know that I need a little bit of time off to do it, and preferably mornings, guys. Mornings are the best for me. I don't know about you, but waking up in the morning when the day's still fresh, do what you need to do first thing. So if you want to write, do the writing in the morning, and then the rest of it comes later. If you're, a YouTuber, do your YouTube videos in the morning, and then the rest of the day, all the errands you can run later. I think that's the best way, because you're still not tired, you're still fresh. Well, that's it, guys, what I wanted to tell you about writing. The message of today's episode of Coffeesations with Yasa is if you are depressed and looking for ways to get out of this imprisonment of depression that was true for me, try writing. Maybe it's not yours, but maybe it is. And if it is, you're gonna thank me later. My PayPal over there in the donate panel, so you can, when you're rich and famous, you can wire me the percentage. But seriously, try it. Think of a story that's been with you for as long as you can remember, and try writing it down and see how it feels. Don't edit it from the beginning. Just write it. Just simple, rough sketch. Write it down. Then when you're gonna go back, you're gonna change everything. But at least you have something to work on. At least you have a skeleton to put meat on. And for me, it's been a life-changing event. I'm really proud of the work I've accomplished, and I can say now that, when Mom published my book of poetry, I said, that's it, I can die now. I literally felt like that. There is some tangible accomplishment of your life that is right here, tangible, and that's gonna be staying here for posterity. I think, guys, we really need to think, what are we leaving for posterity? Okay, but that's a topic for the next conversation, Coffeesation. Let's live with a purpose. Let's live with the artistic eye on events. And whatever challenges we're experiencing, be that imprisonment, horrors of war, immigration, loss of a loved one, we can overcome everything as long as we have the mindset of I'm gonna write about it one day. People wrote about their prisons, about their imprisonment. There is this famous Russian writer, Larissa Ginsburg. She was in Stalin's camp, working camp, and 2 years of solitary confinement. So 17 years of camp. So all in all, 19 years. She wrote a book called Journey into the Whirlwind. I recommend everyone to read it because it's literally a testimony that you can live through everything if you have a mindset. I'm gonna write about it one day. I'm gonna talk about it one day, and all of what I'm experiencing is not gonna be in vain. People will know it. And she's inspiring centuries later, not centuries later, it was Stalin's time, so right, decades later. I think she passed away probably, I'm not sure. But I'm definitely next generation, right? Or maybe 2 generations after. And she's talking directly to me, and she's an inspiration of my life. Or there is this writer, Zhu Xiaomei. She is a pianist who lived through camps in China during Mao's time. And how would I ever known what she experienced it? How they burned all the scores, music scores, except Mozart. They never burned Mozart. Pure genius, somehow triumphed over this also. Burnt and broke all the instruments. Not talking about all the loss of life, of course, and besides all the horrors, complete change of values. They just extinguished everything what was accumulated by humanity before their time, culture-wise and world-wise. And she wrote about it. She moved to United States after a while. She moved to France after a while. She found herself as a concert pianist in France. I think she lives and works in Paris and teaches at Paris Conservatory. But her book, Secret Piano, is there. And I know about this now. How else would I ever known about it? That's the power of writing. So let's have this mindset, and I think we can overcome everything. I love you guys. I know I talked already a lot. I'm wishing you a wonderful day.